Hello, welcome to my new channel. I'm going to be reading chapters from beginning to end of my new story, which is a channeled message direct from the divine. It is a world message, so it may contain world predictions. Okay, definitely I've been channeling messages for a long time about the world and where it's going. I've had to do that for stories I've written as a professional under my pen name Arabella Kingsley, and that was all about love. This time I'm not sure where it's going this time, to be honest with you, and I'm just going with the flow. But it is called The Hidden Child. I am reading each chapter out, and then afterwards I will be doing a reading, getting more channeled messages, world predictions, channeled messages, whatever I can from it afterwards. This story will not come out in its full form. I've had my work stolen too much. It will be tweaked. So I'm going to read it out raw. Yes, I've done some editing, but I have already done the reading of this, which I'm going to add on after this bit. And yeah, it needs work. Okay, but it's channeled information. It was literally word for word channeled to me, and they rely on me, my team rely on me to edit it and make it more accessible, shall we say, for people. So yeah, there are repeats of words, there are various things that as a writer, as I went through it, I'm going, no, but that's the way it is. Okay, and it's been helpful from that point of view. But so it's going to come out in its raw form. I've had my work stolen too many times, okay, for it to for me to do that. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see what we get afterwards. Okay, and yeah, please like, share, subscribe, and share this. Yeah, it'd be fantastic. And if there are any publishers out there of a reputable nature and not some of the ones I've had, or an agent who are interested in taking this story on, because it's actually spanning some of the books I've already written. It is a massive saga, and it's going to have books that go off in all directions. It's connected to my Londinium story, which I know some of you, if you've come in from the World Predictions, have read that. And to my Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. It's going to go off in several different directions. It's all connected. But this is the first story. This one goes at the top, and then it goes out different ways. Okay, so if anybody is interested in that, please contact me. My email is on the channel page, and I'll put it in the description as well. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it. We'll do the reading straight after. Thanks, bye for now. So here we go. The Hidden Child. A large pale grey egg before them shook and trembled. Gabriel held his breath. It was time for the gift to show itself. They had waited a millennia for it to hatch, and now it was finally time. 3 more archangels stood next to him, Michael, Raphael, and Uriel. They stared expectantly at the 6-foot egg, each with their own idea of what it would contain. Gabriel had none. He had just about given up wondering for all of this time. The Creator worked in mysterious ways, but the length had left him doubting it would have any significance on the battle they tirelessly faced with the lower realms. A long, thin fracture appeared running from the top of the egg to the bottom. Underneath them, the ground began to shake, forcing each archangel to adjust his footing. Overhead, the dark plane of the 12th dimension grew darker, and lightning pierced the clouded sky at every corner. Although the dimensions grew, for some reason, those on the trajectory upwards had stopped on the 12th at the close of the millennium, and for now, this was the closest to the divine source they could get. The Creator had once been known by many different names in all worlds and dimensions, but now most were forgotten. Belief and faith were mostly lost in the battle between good and evil that had been waging since the earth's creation. All but the angels remained true and steadfast, despite their own doubts as to the validity of its existence anymore. The 12th dimension was once filled with light, beautiful green vistas, waterfalls, oceans, rich vegetation, a hybrid of wildlife and high snow-capped mountain ranges presided over by the sun god Solus and Isis herself on behalf of the divine. But they had long been called to the 10th and 11th dimensions to fight the battle, and now the plane was left in darkness. The angels' faith had been tested to the limits when the white light retreated to an undisclosed destination and left them to fight the war alone. They'd heard nothing for the last millennia until a day ago, when Metatron informed them that he had received a message from the Creator that it was now time for the grand reveal. This gift would end the war between the dimensions and block the destruction of them, the Earth and its sister planets, the angelic guardians fiercely protected on the light's behalf. It had timely arrived at a crucial point. The invasion of the first of the angelic realms in the 10th dimension had just begun. Already the alliance of the dark had taken the first angelic city of Baroma, and many had been enslaved. The cold, damp ground quaked beneath their feet once more. Gabriel and the others stood firm, watching the egg violently rock from side to side. A streak of lightning permeated the sky, illuminating the cliff edge, turbulency and jagged rocks around them. It hit the top of the egg with precision, splitting it in two. Both halves fell away, shaking the ground with force, revealing the gift. Gabriel's eyes widened in surprise. Each angel turned to look at each other, confused. This cannot be. Raphael shook his head. I do not understand. What is the meaning of this? We must not doubt the Creator's wisdom. Michael was steadfast, but Gabriel could not mistake the hint of confusion and disappointment in his tone. Uriel simply shook his head. How will this help us to defeat the Dark Army? Gabriel tilted his head to one side, listening to the helpless small cry coming from the egg. It is a human child, he almost whispered the words, feeling the crushing disappointment acutely. The heavenly realms are lost to the dark, Uriel snapped angrily. The others remained silent. What are we to do with this human child? Michael asked, staring motionlessly at the crying infant in the simple brown cradle on a plinth that had been encased within the egg. Love her more than you would your own child, the older voice spoke from the side. Metatron, dressed in the robes of the guardian elders, came to stand before them. Gabriel frowned. He found Metatron's wisdom in this aspect of himself that he was showing up at this point troublesome and most disagreeable and too cryptic for his liking. He turned to him, trying to keep his impatience with the angel in check. We love all human children more than our own, should we have been able to have any, he snapped. He forced himself to take a breath. But we have no use for this child in war. The ground shook violently, threatening to throw them all off balance this time. Do you question your faith and allegiance to me? A soft female voice echoed around them, riding on the air. The four angels immediately lowered themselves to their knees in their shiny silver armor, heads bent in respect, their hand to their chest. Hand across their chest. Metatron gave a long, low bow. Creator, forgive us, Michael began. Your doubt grows. The more the dark gains ground, the more it bleeds into your souls. This time the voice was male. Once you would never have questioned my motives and decisions, or that they were for the good of all. The light continued to speak to them in all forms of communication, female, male, making use of its knowledge of infinite languages. Images projected on the air, some of humans, angels, and other beings. At other times in geometric shapes, mathematical equations, stars and forms not discernible to humans, as it delivered its detailed message and instructions only the angels could understand. The child is the answer, the Creator reiterated at the end of its explanation. The child will bring an alliance between dark and light to fight the hidden enemy who brings the end to all. The hidden enemy, Creator Gabriel asked in alarm. You will learn its identity when the time is right. I have retreated to prepare for our confrontation. The battle must be won or all of us will cease to exist. Pick up the child, Gabriel. Gabriel stood and with a bow obeyed the Creator. He peered down into the cradle to find that the child was a human girl. He had many questions. Had the Creator created the child from himself as he had once done in the first war with the dark? But he knew he would not be answered until the time was correct for the truth to be revealed. He lifted up the child wrapped in red silk and cradled her lovingly against his breastplate. As he walked back towards the others, a flurry of light sparkling with stars and orbs fluttered over the child in his arms. He looked up to find that now Michael, Raphael, Uriel and Metatron held an exact replica of her. Her soul had been split into 5. This was unheard of until the child had reached the age of 16 and human. Take the child to the 5 time dimensions I have designated and allow her to grow. Keep her under guard and hide yourselves in human form until the time is right. Continue your battle against the dark on the earth plane front until the child is grown. You will forget your identities. She will reactivate your memory and lead you into battle. The angels dutifully nodded, now understanding the full meaning of the child, their secret mission, and the risk to all life in the universe if they failed. Remember, never lose your faith in me. I will never in you. Now go. The angels turned and ran from the plane, holding the child in their arms, determined not to fail as the Creator's communication ceased, and it retreated, leaving the plane in silent darkness once more. Okay. Right, okay, let's do a reading on that and see if we can get any more about this message. So it's very interesting. With my writer's block that I've been having because of various things happening, I saw these cards. Okay, you may have seen me use them on the other channel. My son bought me them for Christmas. Now, it's called the Weird World Tarot. You can get them off Amazon, I believe. I saw them and I kept away from them because I was totally locked down, very hurt from my writing, having it stolen and all sorts. And I knew if I looked at these cards, I would want to write. And the time wasn't right. I had to do other things, which I'm not going to go into. We have to make a living. So I kept away from them. And then he bought them for me. He had no idea that I wanted them. And we're talking like over a year, probably beginning of this year, maybe I saw them and I just kept away. And I took this as a signal that I was supposed to write again. And everything I write, channeled. Because you should see the way, when I type, it's like this, manic. And I usually see images that are given to me or voice, whatever. And I saw them and I was immediately taken with these cards. Now I'm going to pull out the cards, first of all, that it's because they're worlds, are different worlds, and I astral plane a lot. I travel a lot. If you want to know more about that and my spooky goings on and all the beings that are around me and how I physically see, please check out the Spooked Out channel. It's Spooked Out 153. Right, I'm going to find you these cards and I'm going to tell you the inspiration. The minute I looked at them, I knew I had to write. They inspire me. I wrote Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, and Queen of Swords because of tarot cards inspiring me. And they were messages. Right. So I'll tell you which ones when I find them. And then we'll go into, well, this is part of the reading because one of them is the Seven of Pentacles, which I'll show you in a moment. And there were images that inspired me for the angels, to be honest with you. They are not my angels. I see them a very definite way, but they inspire me. I would love to have my characters drawn one day. That would be amazing. But they inspired me. Now he's going to inspire me later. Where are we? Why is it? There's some others that have as well, but I want to show you these main ones. Okay, so we've got a Page of Pentacles, a Nine of Cups. Page of Cups as well. I can't remember. There was another one. Where are you? Ah, there we go. Right, one of them looked very like how I saw Archangel Gabriel once. That's what I saw him just sitting on a rock somewhere looking at me in full armor, red cloak out the back, just smiling at me, and somewhere distant. It was bizarre. It was an image, mind image, very strongly. And I've seen Archangel Michael come in a lot of white and stuff like that. But so I'm going to show you these cards. Now the first one, because I love steampunk, there will be a feature of steampunk in this story because they've shown me a lot of images of steampunk images, time travelers and things like that. They've been trying to get me going for ages. There's definitely a component about the 1930s, a lot about war. See, I'm channeling it now. I'm already speaking to you. A lot about the war. There's going to be a war component. I see the angels operating within World War II, which is what they did. There are different times. The message I got originally in the World Predictions channel, which you can check out if you haven't already, is about a force going a dark, well, I can't even call it dark. The enemy that it refers to in the story is an enemy that is bigger than dark and light. We operate in dark and light on this planet so we can learn. But there is a force that is determined to take over. I don't know the full details of it. I'm hoping this story gives the message. I know they operate with covens, things like that, in different time dimensions, altering timelines, trying to keep the earth and the people on a path of destruction. And they come in from other dimensions to do this. I've talked a lot about how the dimensions, it's like a cross, if you like. They go up, they go down, and they continue to grow, and they go out the sides. I firmly believe there'll be some go off that way as well, but I'm not told about them at the moment. But they're an unholy alliance I keep getting. That wants to bring about a massive change. I talk a lot about the universe, the concept of God, everything the world predictions about this giant quantum computer, and there's being something outside of space, okay? And I don't know the full story here, but I know that there is something, there are different dimensions. This concerns the multiverse as well. So these are the characters that I get, and there's a lot about steampunk as well. And this is the first card. I don't know if you can see if it's trying to, yeah. And it's a Page of Pentacles. So this is a gift and opportunity, something coming towards a message. And I say a lot of these UAPs and orbs, talk about them on the Channel to the Stars channel. My God, how many channels are they going to make me have? Worlds within worlds. I just have to keep saying that, worlds within worlds. And but I'm seeing that as an orb of knowledge, sacred knowledge being brought forth on a journey. Now, it talked about the vast vistas, didn't it? And on that plane. So we have the Page of Pentacles. The other, for me, was the Nine of Cups, which is a wish granted. Okay? They just inspired me. They're not my characters, obviously, but they inspire my work. Art inspires art. I can't remember. I will tell you in a moment who this is by. And then we have the Page of Cups, which is a child, usually, a message. We have the element of water as well, emotions. Connecting to the heart space of humans. Remembering the child. The divine sees all as children. It's children. The angels are the protectors. There are more than the angels, you know, there are a lot of guardians, but we have to see them as angels. So there'll be more coming on about that. But it's how the human race has been interfered with and controlled, and they want to stop the enslavement of humanity. That's what I don't know, it's what I keep getting. Now this is Gabriel, very like how I was describing how I first saw him. So that's brilliant. And that is the Four of Swords. Okay, this could... have I got them in the right... Have I? Right, and this, suddenly I see Metatron comes in robes sometimes. He has different aspects of him. Okay, I also see Merlin. Merlin's going to play a part in this. I don't know how this all works, but Ascended Masters, I see all these people. And I mean, I physically see them. So we have, you know, now I'll talk about that bit in a minute, but this is another one. This is the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, now before I go into this, I want to talk about how this story is very much about how God can be seen, God, creator, white light, higher self, whatever, can be seen in many different forms. And that's what is trying to convey in all languages and genders, in creatures, whatever. Yeah, you know, you've got, you know, Narnia, you know, the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Aslan, that was supposed to be God, in the form of a lion. So God is in everywhere. And different names, different religions. Is there a religious aspect to the story? Yes, you're damn right there is. That's not me. Sorry, I'm one of them. Yes. So it's about having faith. And it's obviously that the creator believes that faith has been lost. Sorry, some spirits standing outside my window. Faith has been lost. And it's trying to get that back together. It's almost like it's broken people apart. Faith has been used in many different forms to hurt people, whatever. And it's trying to show that it's all the same thing. It's all the one thing. There is unity here. Okay? And there's obviously an aspect of the divine feminine trying to come through. There's a lot more to it though. So it's going to be very interesting. But they inspired me. So we have the Page of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. So it's the creator's wish that this is brought forward now in the voice of a child. Rest, dear one, for it's now time to move. Rest no longer, dear one, for it is time to move. Four of Swords, something ended. This message was trying to come forward and it's been blocked several times, which would explain the Four of Swords. Now it is Seven of Pentacles, 7 opportunities, 7 ways to get the message out. And that's what I've been trying to do with the channels. Okay, so the number 7 is important. It's also a number of being on the right path. I keep getting numbers are like 55, 5, which means massive change. And 55 is important to me, especially in 2025. Again, 2025. So it's 5. This is to bring in change, creation of new thought, to bring in this evolution of humanity that I've been talking about on my other channels. So, where else do you want me to go? These ones. Okay, just 1 second, because I really want to show you these, who this is by. Weird World Tarot. I don't know if it's okay. And it is by, where's that name? Oh, I've got very dry contact lenses now. Who's it by? Oh, I can't see those names. It's on Pentagram Publishing, but they're I'm going to leave the details on the back there if you can see them. But don't worry, I'll put it in the description. It's just too small, and it's created by Mikola Danko and Bondan. I will put it in the thing there. Japanese by the looks of it. Okay. And I butchered it, so sorry. I will put it in the description. Okay, let's see what else we get. Surrender. Surrender to the flow. It's bringing about connection to the divine again. Something that's been forgotten. Now, I do a lot of my work with music. It is the message from the universe that is going to everyone at the moment. There's a high-pitched resonance that's coming through. So, and this is part of the message. This is a coded message. I keep saying mathematics, equations, things like that. It's all coming in from the divine. It's coming in different forms, so different people can understand. It's a reconnection message. It's also to bring in balance. Remember, that was in the story. A lot of balance. Balance between divine feminine, divine masculine, all peoples, all faiths. And it is about surrendering to the origins of life and remembering who you are. Okay. All right, okay. Yeah, boundaries. What do you want to say about the boundaries then? Not creating them. Blending. Rather than living in their own bubble. Worlds within worlds instead of one world. Correct. Okay. Everybody being in their own bubble instead of connection. It's connection. I'm seeing like connections going through everyone to remember that we are part of a whole. So there's a big message about unity there. Okay. Where do you want me to go here now? All right. Yeah. A lot of internal pressure going on. Pressure to be things that we're not supposed to be. We're supposed to be our true, authentic selves. And we're seen by the Creator as helpless children. It's a message to all children that you are loved, that you are cared for, that you have not been forgotten. Oh, that's nice. It's an internal pressure and people building up. It's like being cranked up. There's a lot of noise and distraction. And it's about getting back to basics so we can evolve. This spiritual nature. It's not just an awakening. This is an evolution, I'm being told. Okay. The mystery within the emotion, the true self, the soul, that has been taken from us through obstacles, distraction. We have forgotten who we are. We merely exist to fight battles and survive, and it's about connecting together again. Yeah, and the earth. The earth is part of this journey. The earth is part of the journey. We are connected to the earth. We are part of the earth and vice versa. Symbiosis, I have to say. Okay, and it's a healing for all, because the earth inside, they keep telling me about the axis being off, the core melting, all sorts of things. That's because we have been degrading as beings. We've been degraded. Now they're trying to introduce fresh DNA, fresh. We've been dying out. We don't even know it. And that's what some of these beings want, so they can come in and take over everything. It's a slow whittling down of people, and there are some who wish to cling to the way the Earth's being as the world order needs to change. So all of this dirt's come to the top that we have to deal with and eradicate. And it's not a simple task, and it's created a lot of hardship. But they're fighting for us, basically. They're fighting for us. So I want that one on the bottom. Yeah. We've got shapeshifters around us. A lot of shapeshifters. Jekyll and Hydes. Pretending to be things that they aren't. A dragon waits to take the treasure. This ties in as well with something. They keep giving me, like Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, you know, the Empire Strikes, and Darth Vader, Dark. They're trying to show that it is on those epic proportions. Something about inner child coming forward to save the day. Remembrance of the soul and the connection to God, universe, everything, and to others. And as a whole, we can fight and push. It's not even demons. This is not dark and light. We can push the enemy back. The enemy that would destroy the self. Okay. Eat away within. Eat away within the soul. Degrade the soul. Degrade the experience of life. All matter is degrading. There needs to be a resurgence of faith for it to continue. It is part of our journey to have faith. Now, I'm not talking about, waving the banner of religion and what have you. Faith. Faith in the self. Faith in what form you believe in, and creation. Not to be more than the sum of our parts. It is it's essential to living, and we've been degrading because of it, and we're not bringing this evolution in. So this is soul level work. This is about the soul. Yeah, it's right. Which one do you want? This one. So it's a lot of shadow work that we've been going through. They're not giving me the full story here. And a warning that these events will take place. I think I get a lot about we've been destroyed quite a few times and we've had to come back and restart. They're determined not to restart. This time the earth, they want us to learn. It's time we learned. And this is a number of 5. So big changes are coming in. This is a warning. This time we have to see. This time we have to move. Otherwise, the angels are part of the guardians of this planet. There are other beings. And if we don't get it this time, then they've lost hope in us. They've lost faith. So it's all about proving that we can do this to ourselves, to others, to reconnection with the Creator in whatever form. That we see a Creator. There is a Creator. Okay, there is whatever form you say, you know, I'm showing a quantum computer, whatever. We have to learn things here. We get more and more answers when we go over. But my mum always used to say that she didn't think we would get all of the answers, but we get the truth of our origins. But we have to now get them on Earth. We are going through an evolution, and they want to blend so there's no life and death. There's just existence. I don't fully understand, but I'm going to leave it there because I'm being asked to. So this is going to be a very intricate book, very philosophical, but one of the many keys, it's the biggest key to our continued existence on this planet is faith in ourselves and a higher power, not even a higher power, higher purpose. Okay, so I hope you found that of interest, and yeah, let me know, you know, what you think, although I'm not sure about putting comments on the first one. But yeah, very interesting. I will be doing another chapter, well, the first chapter soon. That was the prologue, so I'm not sure where it's going to go, but I will do the channeling, and we'll see soon. Oh, my battery's going. So take care of yourselves. Please subscribe, like and share, and check out all the other channels. If you would like help learning how to write your own channeled message, your own story, even if it's not channeled, I offer writing mentorship as well. Details in the description. If you want reading, if you want coaching for anything, details, all the services are in the description. Take care of yourselves, and I shall see you next time. Thank you. Bye.